ready for prime time.
Prime time.
Prime time.
Prime time. That's the name.
Prime time.
Prime time.
What time is it? Showtime prime time.
It's XL Prime Time, featuring Joe C.
I'm having nightmares right now.
Matt Hayes.
Big asses, big thighs, yeah.
And Leon Searcy.
Big Bath to Beyond. Nothing says football like scented soap.
How you like me now?
Noon hour has hit. Friday is always good in my book, and I'm sure it is in most of y'all's out there as well. You got a beautiful day of weather, a beautiful weekend, it looks like. And you got some Sweet 16 down to Elite 8 by tonight. And then the Final Four. Cutting down nets in all the regions. Everyone said Houston was going to be tough at home, that the Gators would have to face them in the round of 8 to see if they could get through. Well, they're gone, okay? They're gone out of their own hometown. Houston bounced last night, courtesy of the Illini. Arizona smokes Arkansas. So do you guys remember this yesterday? We were talking about the over-under bets, the prop bets, Hard Rock, and it was 19.5. Remember, JJ, we were looking, what was the biggest spread? Was 9.5?
Exactly.
19.5, and guess what? Arkansas gets rolled by 21.
Wow.
It's almost like they know what they're doing.
What did Arizona finish with points-wise? Because the highest number was, 97.5?
They had 109.
109 last night?
108,
Yeah,
100. Was it 109?
109. Yeah,
So they beat them by 21 points, 109.
To 88, yep.
And,
Wow.
and that was not even the biggest point spread.
No. And we thought it was going to be Alabama because
It was
Alabama.
8.5.
Michigan is 9.5 against Alabama.
It was 8.5, and you know me, I'm a fool for a teaser on many fronts, and I did it last night. Tease it up to 12.5, of course. Got smoked. But anyway.
By the way, speaking of Alabama, real quick.
Teaser in basketball.
Once again, the University of Alabama.
Actually, I have one with a few of those, okay? I'm going to defend
I'm
myself a
sure.
little bit.
You win some, you lose a lot.
I've stitched a couple of them together.
The University of Alabama goes judge shopping.
Yeah.
And now their star guard, Aiden Holloway, he have the 2 pounds of pot in his car, has been approved by the judge to travel with the team.
You have to love it. You have to love it. And he said he's going to travel lighter. I don't know what that means.
Like 2.1 pounds lighter.
2.1 pounds. He's going to travel lighter.
I mean, do they have no shame? Seriously. Everybody involved in that decision, the president, the AD, the coach, the player, is there any shame on any of them?
No.
No, none. Absolutely. I mean, they said they're going to travel. Doesn't mean they're going to play. They might bench him.
Don't you think 2 games is enough?
to show his stern discipline.
There you go.
You don't think 2 games is enough? A game a pound?
Yeah.
Game of pounds.
If he's going to be there.
So he'll sit out 0.1 of tonight's game.
Exactly. If he's there for moral support, I kind of doubt it. He's flying first class, and he's going to get there in some kind of a hyperbaric chamber, getting all ready to go, and he'll be on the floor. He may like.
By the way, just FYI,
Yeah.
Alabama coach Nate Oates. This is from the Tuscaloosa News.
Yeah.
Has not yet made a decision or comment about Holloway's travel plans or his destination.
Yeah.
Like that. Like, where's he gonna go? Is he traveling to Bermuda?
This is the same coach who also said he's suspended until they hear from the student court.
Right. In the student court,
They spoke.
Yeah. Exactly.
No, they didn't speak.
They let the
They
justice
went
system work.
They went shop to they went shop to a local judge who lifted the
They couldn't win.
ban.
Yeah. You gotta love it. All right. So yesterday
he was reprimanded or remanded, not reprimanded. He was remanded because of the arrest. So they shopped for a local judge and said he could travel out of state.
Yeah. So they still haven't said.
Think about that.
Yeah. They still haven't said whether he can play or not. But he's on a big bird. So yesterday we had Will Wade going back to the place where he had a show cause penalty given to him when he was fired by LSU. Welcome back with open arms. And he said he's wired and ready to go. And today you got Aiden Holloway.
Yeah. I think you're offended by the weight that they carry.
Did you?
Nothing wrong with that.
Did you see the Will Wade video, by the way?
Like from yesterday?
He's in Baton Rouge. He pulls up in a car outside the university, right? And he's
Is
in
this the
traffic.
same video that they thought was Lane Kiffin?
No.
Sure.
They're bringing him to the university.
Oh, you're talking about the plane video,
was so
Joe?
funny, man.
That's his foot. That's Lane's foot.
That's Lane, man. It was a fat Lane.
He's in the passenger seat, and they're all screaming at him from the street. He rolls down the window, and they say something like, "Are you going to do blah, blah, blah?" And he said, I'm gonna try not to break rules this time or something like that. He laughed.
Did he really say that?
Yeah,
That's
just-
classic. Like I said, he's wired.
That might
He's
not be
wired
the exact
already.
quote, but that's the gist of it.
All
I'll
right.
find it and give it
So-
to JJ and he can play it.
So we've got our XLP Big Three coming up in just a little bit as we're counting them down from every position group in Jaguars draft history or an undrafted player. And we move from left guard to right guard. And now we're going to the nose, the one technique, the big man in the middle of that defense. And we did not have a huge number of players to choose from, but we did come up with our XLP Big Three. So we'll do that coming up in just a little bit.
Hang on real quick.
yeah.
I'll try to follow more rules this time.
Oh, that's beautiful. What a great quote. What a great quote. Now, do you think Will Wade?
I'm watching it right now. The audio is not
It's just
great, but he's just
unreal.
got his window down, just
That's
talking
beautiful.
to some random guy.
I will try not to break rules. That's me and TLD with a conversation after I get in trouble for staying at Sunset Grill too long. Or
Well,
whatever.
speaking of your rules and
Yeah.
breaking rules, we need to go back to the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
Because we were just informed by the lovely Taylor Doll that you
She's the bracketologist.
have been eliminated
Yeah.
from the company contest because of rule breaking.
Yeah.
Because you were out of the room for this, Leon.
Mm.
Joe left multiple spaces in his bracket.
Not
blank.
one.
Oh, well, just one.
No,
Okay.
not one.
Yeah, multiple
but two.
spaces blank in his bracket that he turned in.
And Leon,
What is that?
what's even worse is it was further in. It was at the Sweet 16 point. Okay. And I just looked at him like, Taylor, you cannot be telling me the truth here. I knew I had left Michigan State off because I took a picture of my bracket and sent it just so it would be official once we got to noon Thursday a week ago.
But you
And-
never finished it.
And apparently I was
Okay.
in such a hurry, I didn't finish it. So I came in and I put my bracket on my desk and I saw that I missed Michigan State. So I wrote it in with the green highlighter just so it would be, quote, official. And then I left another one off, which was Purdue and Gonzaga. So apparently I was conflicted and I did not, I never put it in there. Anyway, I have made a donation to the 1010XL HQ.
So has young Jacob.
Yes, yeah.
Because he had Arizona originally losing to Wisconsin,
Yeah.
but then somehow, like Easter, he's resurrected himself.
Yeah.
And has Arizona in the Final Four a couple rounds
Mysteriously.
later.
It was like
So
the,
he's also been eliminated.
it was
I'm
the-
really worried about the collective IQ of this place.
gotta be questioning it right now. But who was the one that would started the marathon, then got on the bus, and then took the rest of it
that
and got off?
lady.
Yeah, and so that's kind of what he did with Arizona. He put Arizona on the bus, eliminated them, and then brought them back a little bit later on just in time for the championship game. Oh, what was her name?
Rosie Ruiz.
Yeah,
He skipped
Ruiz.
around.
But, all right,
1980.
yeah, that was just a
Boston Marathon. She
crazy. when
rode
you
a
think about
cab or got on a
it.
train.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
take
Yeah.
the city bus.
I mean, how was he able to do that? Don't y'all have like the sheets of paper and like a chamber somewhere?
She started
But,
it.
yeah,
She
but you don't. I guess she doesn't really look through it until
there it is.
it gets
And you know
to
what
that
the thing
round.
was? Like some people will get on the Jersey Turnpike
Mm-hmm.
and they love to speed, kind of like me. They love to speed, and you have a timed limit. At least they did. I don't know if they still do, but you had a timed limit. You could not go through the other end of the turnpike unless you had gone the speed limit and taken the proper amount of time to get to the turnpike. People would pull over and just whatever.
So they wouldn't get the ticket.
And just wait because they were going to speed and then they were going to wait. They were going to eventually leave, but they could not resist the idea of going 95 miles an hour down the turnpike.
Sounds like you know from experience. with
yeah,
some of these.
maybe. So here's speaking
Well, they
of
certainly didn't
experience.
stop in those bathrooms on the Jersey Turnpike. I can tell you that.
That's scary. Speaking of experience, will Wade, as he comes back to LSU, ever be in a position where he will trot out 4 on the floor when it comes to a late game situation on defense? I don't think so. But now the great Freddie Horberg has taken Todd Golden off the hook as far as the guy who did not call a great play at the end of a game. He had 4 defenders against 5 last night against Iowa.
And it wasn't a crucial moment in the game, right? Only with 56 seconds left, down by 3.
Down by 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing crucial about that.
In the Sweet 16.
Oh my God!
How does that happen?
And they-
I could sort of see it in football because there's 11 guys,
Mhm.
but when there's only 5,
Yeah.
some assistant coach has to grab something.
You better believe it. And Hoiberg says we we just blew it.
Maybe they need the little circles on the court like the football team has the
Like Billy,
11.
or they need, what was Billy's assistant's name?
special
He was the
teams
game changing coordinator.
game changer.
And it was a game changer because they threw a flag on him when they put 2 threes out there on the field or had 10 on the field. It was a game changer. That's
Well,
for sure.
to be fair to Billy, like after that,
now the protector.
Yeah,
hang on.
Now that we're trying to get Billy on the show.
To be fair to Billy,
He's
after
defending
the special teams kick unit ran on the field while the offense was trying to spike the ball,
Yeah.
he did eventually go to the circles.
It was just a hot mess all the way around. That's for sure. All right.
He did eventually say, "All right, maybe we should do the circles like everyone else."
Florida home AC Friday. We are cranking. You guys, if you did watch it last night, both of the first early games were good.
And we are trying to get Billy on the show. We're going to get him on the show.
I would love that.
We'll see. Like I said,
I will get him on the show. I promise you that.
All right, that'll be good.
And we'll be respectful.
Well,
No, you won't, but we'll get him on the
Yes,
show.
we will.
Yeah, we will.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's different when the man's already lost his job.
Right, lessons
and-
learned.
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
all is forgiven.
Yeah, I certainly forgive him.
Now that he's not operating from that chair,
Well,
or
if we're
that
doing that,
office,
then we should get Dave Caldwell on the show.
Yeah, I would love
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I did reach out to see if we could, so we will keep efforting there. All right, Florida home AC Friday. Anybody watched any of the action last night? Some of your thoughts. Arizona, do they look that good? Purdue squeaks out a win against the Texas Longhorns. We can get into the ones tonight as well, but let's get to our XLP Big Three coming up. The one technique, the nose tackle, the best the Jaguars have ever drafted. We will do it coming up on XL Primetime.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford.
The home of Jaguars fans.
We're all a big family, not just a team, but the fans too. They come out and support us, and I believe without the fans, we wouldn't be where we are either.
1010 XL.
Longer days, warmer nights, and a backyard that brings everyone together. Spring and summer in Florida means pool days, backyard barbecues, and night swims under the stars. Picket here for nearly 50 years, Surfside Pools have been creating the backdrops for life's best memories. From weekly service and repairs to remodels, commercial maintenance, and new pool construction, Surfside does it all. Ready to float happy? SurfsidePools.net or call 904-246-2666. Surfside Pools, summer starts here. License number CPC 044080.
Springtime is the perfect time to get your home organized. Hey, this is Lauren Brooks, and I love our closets from Closets by Design. They create custom storage systems designed around how you actually live. From closets and garages to entertainment centers, laundry rooms, and storage for any space and budget. Make an appointment to tour their showroom on Phillips Highway and get 40% off plus an extra 15% off free installation and 18 months special financing. Schedule your free consultation at 904-878-9393 or find them online, closetsbydesign.com.
World-renowned chef, humanitarian, and founder of World Central Kitchen, Jose Andres, is coming to the Florida Forum March 31st. For your chance to win tickets, text FORUM to the text line covered by Lifetime Flooring at 641-1010.
Welcome to Key Buick GMC, proudly family-owned and operated since 1943. Come see why they're North Florida's new and pre-owned truck center, conveniently located on Southside and JTB, just minutes from the St. John's Town Center. At Key Buick GMC, every new vehicle comes with our lifetime powertrain warranty. Key Buick GMC, we are professional grade. Online at keybuickgmc.com. Lifetime powertrain warranty covers engine, transmission, drivetrain only. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details.
I'm Chris Campione. Auto accidents can leave you feeling lost and overwhelmed. But at Campione Law, we're here to guide you with a personal touch through every step of the process. We don't get paid unless you get paid. CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione, Campione Law.
This is Jeff Middlecoff with Cogent Bank. My associate Ryan Salem and I joined Cogent Bank because we wanted to revolutionize the mortgage business, just like Cogent Bank has revolutionized the banking business. So Ryan Salem and I are able to leverage the power and stability of Cogent Bank to go out and find our clients the best investors, the best products, and the best rates in the entire country for your particular mortgage loan. Of course, you don't have to be a customer at Cogent Bank to take advantage of our mortgage services to buy or refinance your home. We offer jumbo loans, VA, FHA, conventional and investment loans. At Cogent Bank, we offer mortgages nationwide, so we can help you with a second home or help a family member who lives or is moving to another state. Call Ryan Salem or myself, Jeff Middlecoff, at Cogent Bank today, 904-442-9191, to see how we can help you with any of your mortgage loan needs, whatever or wherever they may be.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, Cogent Bank, NMLS ID 402296, Ryan Salem, NMLS ID 1182429, Jeff Middlecoff, NMLS ID 249086.
You're
Jumbo Shrimp Baseball opens today at Five-Star Ballpark. Come early for the opening day street carnival and don't miss post-game fireworks, all presented by Roland Reese Plumbing and Ascension St. Vincent's. Tomorrow, the first 2,000 fans get replica championship rings and more fireworks presented by Birkin Construction. The defending AAA national champs are home all weekend. Tickets start at just $5. Visit jackshrimp.com for tickets.
Tired of changing out bad sod year after year? Get it done right with Roundtree Sod. Big or small, they have it, and always supplied farm fresh. For a lush, legendary green lawn, call 7414-SOD for a free estimate. 7414-SOD.
When my wrist pain was acting up and I needed help, I took Dan Hickens' advice and headed over to see the experts at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. This is Stuart Moore with the PGA Tour. I highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Whenever you have a need, they took great care of me. They'll take great care of you.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy. The next time you need orthopedic care, you can rely on our team at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Here's another call on the 1010XL hotline, driven by Key Buick GMC, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Our head coach is always happy on a Friday to get together with Dave Campo and say, hey, a good time right here on XLP. Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Joe, and I have to tell you something. I want you to know I've got a petition going into your general manager, Steve Griffin, that you need a raise because your betting prowess is costing you a lot of money.
It is. I'm going in the hole every single day. You're correct, sir. But I do win my share. It just so happens my share is about 1/3 instead of 2/3. So that's not good enough.
Well, what's good with Kansas, Dave?
Who's going to be the next Kansas coach?
Please, come on. Don't even tell me. But listen, I have no idea what's going on there. And he hasn't committed
no.
one way or the other, has he?
No, he hasn't. But I figured since you guys are so tight and you're buds, you might break a little news here on 1010XL.
I think what he's trying to do.
The way that ended, I haven't talked to him.
I think what he's trying to do, Coach, is get people to beg him to stay.
Are you upset with Bill Self by the way that ended? Is that what you're saying, Dave?
No. I'm thinking the frustration. Listen, you know I could never coach basketball, and I could see it on his face that he didn't want to be there at the end.
No, it looked like he just swallowed a bag of knives, man. He looked terrible.
It had a lot to do with the load management that his player was prescribing to himself in Mr. Patterson. All right, so, Coach, I got to ask you one big question before we get into anything else, because Coach Dave Campo, longtime defensive coordinator, former head coach of the Cowboys, got Super Bowl rings to prove all that action, also a assistant here in Jacksonville, and you were on the defensive side when they had a damn good defense coaching them up. And I text you earlier because Big Baby Marcus Stroud and Big John Henderson were probably going to be at the top of all of our lists when we do our XLP Big Three as far as the best nose tackle and best three technique. But can you remember how much Big Baby played the one versus the three and how they did that when you were here?
Well, Henderson was the nose guard.
Mm-hmm.
There's no question about it. You know, Marcus was more of a move, athletic, all those kind of things. Henderson was let me tell you something. You couldn't move Henderson. Right, Leon?
Can't move him now.
Move Henderson. And listen, even you, Leon, I heard a little earlier you said that you were a lean, mean fighting machine, but you were pretty darn strong, too.
Yeah, I was. In my prime.
So you're saying Big Hen, as tall as he was flat out on the nose most of the time and could not be moved.
Absolutely. I'd start him. Look, I start teams. I'd start with Michael Irvin at wide receiver, but I would start it with Henderson in that front. He's a beast.
So, Coach, let me ask you this question. And since Big Hen Dog getting all the love, Hen Dog and Stroud defense, me and Baselli's offensive line, who gets the first down? Or do they stop us?
Oh boy. Oh, boy.
Give it to me, Coach.
You got me there. You got me there.
Coach, I mess with him a
Listen,
little.
I'm going to lead with the defense.
I knew that was going to happen. It's all good, Coach. Still love you.
All right, so let's get into just a little bit of talk as far as this football team is concerned. You and I did our Campo and Joe podcast yesterday. We'll fire it up again every Thursday after XL Primetime and invite you guys to chime in and watch. The steps now, how much work has been done in your mind, Coach, with now, say, 4 weeks left before the draft? Because here it is Friday. We're 4 weeks away from them making their selection at pick 56. How much of the work is done at this point?
Well, it's never really done until they make the pick, to be honest with you. The picks, whatever they are. Obviously what they've done a lot of work. I mean, the scouts are completely prepared, although there may still be some individual workouts. I don't know how that goes in this day and age. But their work, they've been working on this all year. The coaches have been involved in the last month and a half, just looking half of the day in the scouting part of it, looking at the top players because they're given a certain amount of guys to look at and make a report just like the scouts do, but off of 3 or 4 games. But they're also, the other half is studying their own team. And studying their own team sometimes helps on what you're doing in the draft from the coaching staff. So a lot of the work has been done, but this next 2 weeks is when they start getting together and really talking through every player.
Now, Coach, this team is coming off a 13-4 season. I mean, are they in a position right now where they can go best available, or do they need to be specific in their position grouping that they go after?
Well, I think they'll have some guys, Leon, or some positions that they really feel like, that they need some help there. But I think if you put the 22 out there right now, I think they feel like this team can play. And I do too. I mean, I think this is a pretty good group, but at the same time, sometimes need works into how you rank guys. And I think they're in a position to where, though, that they can take the guys, how they're ranked. And, to me, that's the way to go into a draft, is when you don't have to reach for a guy because you need him.
So we were talking about this earlier this week, and kind of interesting because we kind of battered about and we're kind of like, we don't really know what they would do. So let's just say you're in a situation where you go into this draft thinking, all right, edge or defensive interior, and then you get to your pick, and the guy you thought or guys you thought would be there are not, but one of those receivers drops that you have rated higher than than where they are right now, obviously.
You threw out a Surratt from Indiana.
Yeah, like Elijah Surratt from Indiana. But it could be any of, 1, 2, or 3 guys. But I'm saying, my point is, do you at that point, or have they talked, because I would think they have, I don't think it was just the defense. Clearly, the defense couldn't get off the field against the Bills in the fourth quarter. They also didn't score as many points as they typically had the last month and a half, 2 months of the season, too. So are you in a situation where you say, you know what, let's get a receiver. Let's really make this offense, scary?
Well, to be honest with you, I think they did that last year with Hunter. They felt like they had to move to get the guy because he was a combination guy. But in reality, they tried to do that with Hunter. I think sometimes it's where you have guys ranked. I mean, if there's a receiver that is just, you feel is out of sight, and there's not, they're going to have about four or five guys. When they get ready to pick, they're going to have 4 or 5 guys, maybe at different positions or at the same position at that spot. And if none of those guys are there, you take the best available player. And to me, it could be a receiver. It depends on whether or not you feel for the future that guy's going to make a tremendous difference in what you do going forward.
The other half of the question, and this one we really don't know the answer to, Coach, is if they were to do that, as Matt's describing, what are they saying to Travis Hunter or about Travis Hunter?
Well, I think Travis Hunter's a unique cat, as we all know. And, with what they did last year, without him in the lineup now on offense, he may be getting a little bit more time on defense and a little bit of a role on offense. So, again, I don't know that you're really saying anything to him other than the fact that, hey, if you get another outstanding player, the way Matt, put that to me, I think they do it anyway. And then, you see Travis a little bit more at the corner position, which helps your pass rush, which is something they need, and as a role on offense.
Coach, more than likely, August 1st is probably the first time we'll probably see him on the field. Any concern with rust? I mean, he's missed the OTAs. He's going to miss mini camp. I mean, it's going to be a lot of rust going on there. What would you have him doing with all this downtime?
Well, of course, he's working now. I mean, physically doing those kind of things, and I would have him right now studying that playbook on both sides of the ball. Those are things that he can get done while he's rehabbing and getting ready to go. Listen, he's an instinctive player, and I would say he's an instinctive player, Leon, on both sides of the ball. So I don't think that will hurt him all that much, other than the fact that he's got to be physically ready to go, and he's got to be mentally ready to go at whatever positions they've got him going with.
Yeah, I get it, but I think I look at that, and what really shocked me, I guess, is yesterday we had Ryan O'Hara, the columnist of the TU, on, and he said, they're expecting to see him with the helmet on for the first time in August 1. Dave, that's a long way from now. That's a long way from when he was hurt, October 31. And if that's the first time you put a helmet on and the first time you're actually getting after it as far as you're going live against other guys, that's a long, long layoff.
Yeah, I agree with that, Matt. I think that's not the ideal situation. And to be honest with you, that might be a reason that if one of those receivers falls, you do take him.
Right.
But I really feel like he's one of those guys that can respond in that situation. And, they have to be smart and make sure they give him, the proper repetitions and all that. And I really think that can be done.
All right, Coach. So next week, I think we might zero in on one or two targets that you might see around that 56th spot. And then we'll start to kind of focus in on the actual positions, because you've been steadfast in saying best BPA, best player available. So we'll have a little fun with that over the next few Fridays.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. And guys, have a great day. And thanks a lot for having me on, as always.
All right, Coach, have fun. We'll talk to you next week. All right. Having a good time in Dallas right now. Look, he's of the mindset that best player available is as important as anything. If this team's going to continue to build the roster, we'll follow that theme coming up here in just a second. Need factors into it, but it can't be the most important thing. Yeah. So we'll get into that a little bit. All right, on to our XLP Big Three as we name the three best drafted, undrafted players in Jaguars history at that nose tackle, the one technique. It's coming up.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford Mobile Service. Game-ready service right to your driveway. Live streaming from the XL Digital Studios. Brightened by Harbor Dental Care, Jacksonville's first choice for dental emergencies.
Hey everybody, Mike Dempsey here for big number one Duval Ford. It's truck time in Jacksonville, and all month long you can drive home a brand new 2025 F-150 with no money down, no payments for 90 days, and 0% interest for 60 months. That's right, a new F-150 with 0 down and 0% for 60 months. See all the deals now at DuvalFord.com, or just stop by big number one Duval Ford, 1616 Cassett Avenue today. It's truck time at big number one Duval Ford.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to divorcemenonly.com. Divorcemenonly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Budweiser reminds us to drink wiser, like hydrating between beers. It keeps the fun going longer, and it's a commitment to responsibility. Remember, good times are ahead, so no need to overdo it. Know when to say when, and always designate a driver.
Looking for adventure? Need a machine that works as hard as you do? CF Moto has you covered. At Ride Now Beach Boulevard, we've got CF Moto ATVs and UTVs built for any task, any trail, anytime. Tear up the dirt with the trail-tested C-Force ATV lineup or conquer through terrain with a Z-Force UTV. Find your CF Moto ride today at Ride Now Beach Boulevard or visit ridenowbeachboulevard.com. ATVs and UTVs are for riders 16 and older. They can be hazardous to operate. CF Moto recommends an improved safety training course.
If you're listening to 1010 and you're a parent, chances are your kids are playing sports. Check out i9sports.com with spring and summer registration open right now. In the gym or on the field, and now at Tokoi Creek High School and Westside Middle. Check it out, i9sports.com.
If you are an experienced electrician looking for your next big opportunity, look no further than the Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller Electric, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering you the chance to showcase your skills on a grand scale. We believe in rewarding hard work with the best pay, top-notch benefits, and an unbeatable culture where people actually care about each other. Take your career to new heights with Miller Electric Company. Apply today at millercareers.com. Miller Electric, an equal opportunity employer.
Top Dog Tavern is your gathering place for family and friends, offering something for everyone. Want a delicious meal served with a smile? We have you covered. Shareable appetizers, hot and crispy wings, juicy tavern burgers, fresh salads, plus a large craft beer selection. And there is nowhere better to watch all the big games than on our multiple TVs. Enjoy great food, cold drinks, and good times at Top Dog Tavern, located in Bartram Park off Old St. Augustine Road.
RJ Saunders here, sports fans, and whether it's get well roses or a be happy situation, I always call the experts at Kuhn Flowers. Sending a floral arrangement is just so easy. Log on to KuhnFlowers.com and leave it to them. Kuhn Flowers is the only name you'll ever need to know.
For 25 years, Instant Keys has been the go-to locksmith service for car keys, transponders, and even high-tech smart locks. For honest, professional locksmith service,
Instant Keys comes to you. 1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
Oh, Joe, that ain't even good enough. Come on, Joe. Ah, thank you, baby. Thank you. You're making blood come from my damn mouth. That's what I'm talking about, baby. You gotta make blood come to the mouth. You can't just smack me and don't hit me hard. That's bullshit. When you hit a motherfucker, you hit that motherfucker. Let's kick their ass, motherfucker. Kick their ass. Let's go.
This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
That will never get old. That will never, ever get old. That is Big John Henderson and the famous, not infamous, famous tradition he would have before he ran out onto this football field or any other wearing the teal and black. He was going to get that full-on open hand slap to the face, Big Sirs.
Yeah, I know that trainer. He enjoyed that too much.
Oh, my gosh.
The trainer?
It would get yeah.
He's a prankster. Like he enjoyed it too much.
And the trainer's like, he had to be thinking, though, Big, at one point, he might just hit him too hard and Big Him would fire back.
Nah, I don't think so.
No?
He would have killed him.
I would be worried.
Would have killed him.
I know he would have killed him, but I don't think he was worried at all.
I don't think it was worried. I just want to know the reaction of the trainer when he first told him to do it.
Oh, my God.
He's in there taping ankles and wrist, and he says, hey, man, I want you to slap me. Just slap me hard as you can.
It would be good to get him on the show, you know that?
Yeah, we need to get Big Hen.
Oh, yeah.
Or the
not Big
trainer,
Hen,
too.
I mean the trainer.
Yeah,
Well,
the
Big
trainer,
Hen,
too,
too,
would be
but
good.
Trainer.
Yeah, that would be good as well. All right, our XLP.
Well, we've actually had John Henderson do it for us.
Yeah.
Come on, Joe. That ain't good enough. You got to suck the blood out my mouth. Let's go, baby. Whoa!
That was the last time he was with us.
Yeah, exactly. As the extra on the show, which
we
is
should
great.
get them both on at the same time. So
that'd be awesome. So we need to get Big Hen back on. So we'll try and do that. That'd be awesome. And as we wanted to make sure that we got Coach Campos' take on this, just as far as where Big Hen and where Big Baby were situated. They did switch, but just not that often. And just depending on down and distance and whatnot, you might see a move a little bit, but not much. And so XLP Big Three. You want to go 3-2-1 because I think we all know who number one is on all of our lists. So let's get to number 3, Big.
Okay, number 3 is a teammate of mine, Ivy League, Cornell, 6'4", 290 pounds, Seth Payne. Yeah, Seth played the nose. Was good at the nose, quite frankly. Especially get offs, took on double teams. Very athletic at the nose guard position. Absolutely very athletic.
And he was here for a decent amount of time
before
he was part of that deal that got shipped off to Houston, kind of got Jacksonville out of a salary cap nightmare, both Baselli, Payne. There was I think there was like 4 players with that expansion that took place when the Texans came into the league. He was a good player for both teams.
He was.
Yeah.
So,
I'm a Seth Payne fan.
Yeah, and since we're going 3-2-1,
yeah.
I mean, Seth is my 2, so my 3. And we said this the last couple days, and you can say it again. It's not easy. It's not easy finding the top 3.
No.
It's not, and that just once again underscores how absolutely putrid they've been in the NFL draft in 30-plus seasons.
Yeah, eval has they don't know
putrid.
They don't know how to spell it. They really don't.
So my 3 is, I mean, it's got to be Devon Hamilton.
I put him number 3 too.
I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, he's probably a 5.5, right? He's all right.
No, I'd say better. He's better than that.
Do you really?
Yeah. And
this year he was. This year was like almost close to 7.
The injury obviously rocked him.
Yeah,
that's for sure. A significant injury that put him down at the beginning of the season, and he was never the same dude.
If you're ready, so let me restate that.
Yeah.
If you're ranking him scale of 1 to 10 on what his job is, stuffing up the middle, keeping guys off the linebackers, he's definitely 7.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. And so that's where I'd put him, honestly, more than anything else, is that.
And he won a game for him last year, too.
Yeah.
He did.
He's the one who batted down the ball from Geno Smith heading into the back of the end zone with a player wide open in the back.
Wide open.
And so, and like we said, they were that close, a batted ball from being basically 3 out of 4 L's. And everything changed kind of on a dime with that. All right, so since I flipped him around, horse trading, Big Sirs and I said, you got to have Seth Payne. That's got to be your cat because I was going to put him on mine as well. He belongs up there. But since we put Devon in our 3 spot, Matt and I went with a guy with one of the greatest nicknames, Pot Roast, Terrence Knighton.
Wow.
Pot Roast, Terrence Knighton was definitely a good player here for your Jacksonville Jaguars, a guy that came out of Temple. This is when I was having that, like, wait a minute, Cornell, Temple, which one of these dudes came from where? Terrence O'Neal Knighton, nicknamed Pot Roast, and he was able to come in and basically be a very good player for this football team, and ultimately played a decent amount of time in the National Football League. Went from here to the Denver Broncos. So he started, let's see here, 4 seasons here and then went to Denver. But from 2009 to 2012, pretty good player.
Now Pot Roast, he didn't play with me, did he? What years did he play?
No.
Because we had the Pot Roast in our locker room, maybe. Yeah,
who was it?
It was, I think his name was Elroy.
Oh, Marlos Leroy.
Yeah, we called him Pot Roast. And I was thinking, that's not
Let me
the
tell you
same
something.
Pot Roast.
That former Georgia Bulldog was nailed to the ground, bro.
Yeah, bro.
He was, and I need to
because when you
look him
said
up.
Pot Roast, I said, okay, I know we had a Pot Roast in the locker room, but it's not the right one.
Almost positive that was a Marlos Leroy, and he was nailed to the ground.
Yes, absolutely. Okay.
All right, so I had to put Pot Roast in there just to kind of give him a little bit of love. But bottom line is we just take a look at what's there. Big Hen is at the top. He played 9 seasons for this football team and was extremely effective and aggressive. With Matt's old saying, affect and protect. He and Big Baby, one next to the other, and like we said, they could flip-flop at times, but that was a lethal combination when you think about it.
It was, yes, especially against the Steelers. I love watching those battles when him and Big John go with those Steelers offensive line and run game, how they got after it. I enjoy watching those.
And a total Total of 9 seasons.
Yeah.
29 career sacks, by the way.
Yeah, from the interior.
Yeah.
That's special at the one, because I was just going to defend Hamilton and the fact that he anchored the number 1 rushing defense in the NFL this year.
Right.
You know, his pass rushing ability. I mean, you're not asking him to pass rush.
No.
You're asking him to keep people off linebackers.
And it was a little different back then, but there's no question about it. Big, brute strength from Big Hen allowed him to knock guys to the side and get into the backfield, even though, like, most of the time he was there to set it up for whoever was behind him. And it could have been Darryl Smith. It could have been Mike Pete, whomever. That's what he and Big Baby's job was originally.
Eight career forced fumbles, 60 career tackles behind the line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He had a very underrated career.
Yeah.
Very underrated.
He started 124 games in 9 seasons. And and if you want to just talk about where he ranks, and this is kind of the thing, kind of summing this up, is that there haven't been enough good players to follow great players. Leon, Tony, great.
Right.
Haven't been enough good players to follow that great.
Right.
That was in the 90s. Big Hen, Big Baby in the early O's. They came in back-to-back drafts, top 12 picks, 9th for Big Hen. There haven't been – those were great players. There hasn't been enough good players to follow.
And believe it or not, us former Jags, we want them to move the needle. We want them to replace us.
Yeah.
And that's the only way this franchise is going to grow and succeed, when you find those players that replace the Hen Dogs and the Marcus Strauss and the Cerseys and all that kind of stuff.
And the fact that we do have Devon on this list is a positive, and so hopefully he can have him another good year. But Big Hen, when it was all said and done, first among the Jaguars' defensive tackles in games played, sacks, tackles, and tackles for loss, like you just said.
Yeah, just for this franchise, had a great career.
Yeah, no question about it.
I don't know who you put in there. Derek Landry.
Well, all right, I'm gonna throw a couple more at you coming up here in just a second, because Landry wasn't bad.
Gotsis.
Yeah, but you'll get it. It is interesting. And now Gotsis was not a draft pick, but Derek Landry was.
But he was a free agent, though, wasn't he?
Yeah. But I'm just saying. Well, if you're talking about generally speaking, just setting aside like whether you sign them or not, they're.
For that matter, Ledbetter might go in there if we're talking about guys you just sign off the street.
Jeremiah. I'll always remember Jeremiah for the backflip. That was definitely a great play from him. It is XL Primetime.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford. It's full tilt to the finish line.
Going into 3 for the lead.
It's a half mile of havoc at Martinsville Speedway.
The race for the win.
NASCAR is revved up by the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234 and 1010XL.
Nikki Sema with Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. With this beautiful weather, wouldn't it be incredible to create more outdoor living space to enjoy your home to its fullest?
That's right. Spring and St. Patty's Day. What a great combination to create your new lucky
and charming
space.
And as your spring cleaning, accentuate your home with new floors for a vibrant new feel from Lifetime Flooring.
Or even upgrade your patio or garage floor with Lifetime floor coating.
Come experience the Lifetime difference. Call or visit one of our showrooms today for our St. Patty's Day specials throughout March.
Welcome to Key Buick GMC, proudly family-owned and operated since 1943. Come see why they're North Florida's new and pre-owned truck center, conveniently located on Southside and JTB, just minutes from the St. John's Town Center. At Key Buick GMC, every new vehicle comes with our lifetime powertrain warranty. Key Buick GMC, we are professional grade. Online at keybuickgmc.com. Lifetime powertrain warranty covers engine, transmission, drivetrain only. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details.
Hi, this is Dr. George Bari, an orthopedic surgeon who is fellowship trained in sports medicine. If you are a young athlete or a weekend warrior, I treat you with the care and expertise that is needed to diagnose and treat your injury. Come see me at Bari Orthopedics to get the care that you need.
Be sure and check out the expertise from Dr. George Bari and the entire staff at BariOrthopedics.com. That's BAHRI Orthopedics.com. And follow Doc on Instagram at Dr.GeorgeBari.
If your lawn took a beating this winter, listen up. Prosser here for Julington Creek Pest Control. They've just started the first of 3 rounds of premium granular fertilizer. No cheap liquid fertilizer here. Custom blended for Northeast Florida lawns. Their certified technicians apply slow-release nutrients. Rebuild your lawn thick, strong, and green over time. Plus, they protect your home from pests and termites. Call Julington Creek Pest Control today. Our family serving yours. since 1984.
Coach Campo here, and I just want to tell you about the best pizza I've had right here in Duval, and that's Tony D's Pizza. Tony works hard to make every slice perfect. If you love pizza like I do, you need to go to Tony D's, Bay Meadows and 295.
Do you want to grow your career with a company that's committed to growing with you? Florida Home AC has aggressive plans to double their workforce, and they're looking for determined, resourceful people with initiative. Just log on to FloridaHomeAC.com/careers to find out more.
The best value for golf in Jacksonville remains Cimarron, totally reestablished with new tee boxes, improved fairways and greens, also a brand new restaurant with indoor and outdoor settings, and live music. Join the Wild One loyalty program online at Cimarron Golf. When's the last time you played Cimarron? Cimarron Golf Club on 210, the Wild One.
Northeast Florida isn't just where we work, it's our home. I'm Chris Campione, and when an accident turns your life upside down, you need a law firm that truly understands this community. At Campione Law, we treat our clients like neighbors, not case numbers, and you don't pay a dime unless we recover for you. From semi-truck accidents to medical malpractice and even workers' compensation, we handle it all. Visit CampioneLaw.com. Offices, Jacksonville and St. Augustine.
Campione Law. Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and certified diamonds. But we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold, silver, and diamonds from the public. Gold has recently hit an all-time high at over $5,000 per ounce, and silver is over $100 per ounce. Pay bills, buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold and silver for cash and get top dollar, or trade it in for a new piece and get even more at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Now, Josie's 1010 Take. Serviced by Valvoline Instant Oil Changes. Oil changes in 15 minutes or less. Guaranteed.
So instantly when you think of what the Jaguars have done, when you look back at their draft history, you can't help but with this exercise realize that 30 plus years, okay, we're now 3.5 decades and counting, and it's fourth decade of playing NFL football. There aren't enough good players that kind of stick out in your memory bank at some of the most important positions. And look, left guard, right guard may not be the most important until you need to get a 3rd and 1, right? And the nose tackle may not be the most important until you need to stop a 3rd and 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just telling you all this. The 10-10 take is very simple. We can judge all of our coaches with wins and losses. It is pretty obvious. The scoreboard says it all. But if you don't have the personnel provided to you on a regular basis by the front office, you're always going to be working from behind. And I think Jimmy Gladstone's has proven that in a short amount of time. The quote, raise the floor. Let's get more players that can give you more snaps and make plays for you. But I'll just rattle them off. When you start going through some of these cats that have been drafted by the Jags over the years, holy smokes. That's the 10-10 take.
Not
they
good,
need to
huh?
up it.
Not good.
No. All right, you ready? So if I'm just kind of just bouncing through all the guys that have been drafted.
These are just the one technique guys.
And basically, pardon me if I get an interior, it's basically interior line.
D-lineman, okay.
And you may have a guy here or there that would slide in or out. Mason Smith.
I was just going to say, is this going to include the 2 defensive tackles from the worst rush defense in the SEC?
That's what I'm going to start with.
2023.
Mason Smith, Jordan Jefferson, Raymond Vohasek. Now he was a 7th rounder. I'm going to give that a pass. A 4th rounder, Jay Tufele.
Wait, let's just go back to that real quick. That classic bulky masterclass. He took both the defensive tackles.
Yeah.
From an SEC defense that was the worst in the league against the run.
And they hired that defensive coordinator to come in and coach the linebackers.
Right.
And so Jay Tufele out of Southern Cal was drafted in the 4th round. Dontavius Russell in the 7th round, no big deal. Taven Bryan in the 1st round. Okay, you would look at him as an end inside. Both jobs. Sheldon Day.
Is he still in the league, Taven Bryan?
No way.
I don't know. He was a Brown. I'm not even sure. But Sheldon Day. Okay, I'm just going to hit him again. A few of these other guys. Jarris Pendleton, DeAnthony Smith. I like Derek Landry. He definitely passed muster. Anthony Maddox. Larry Smith. Larry Smith, who's a friend of the program and a very, very good FSU defensive tackle. He admitted to us on XL Primetime. He just did not have the career he was hoping for as a second-round draft pick. Now, in the name of a Marlos Leroy, he was selected 182nd. So that's a little further down the line. He was in the 6th round. But they drafted in the 4th round a Mike Thompson, a few other. Anyway, that's
They
where
went
I'm at.
back to back one year, DTs. The kid from Louisiana Tech was the 2nd pick. Neither one of them were any good, right? What year was that? Shoot.
Well, I'm looking through the defensive linemen that were selected. There were just a bunch of them over the years. That's for sure.
Find it. Hang on.
And then off the edge as well. So get the front office working, and you will get the football team roster-wise looking a hell of a lot better. And coaches, what do they love, Leon? Guys that are good, that they can make great, right?
Guys from good teams that you can make your team great.
Yeah.
It was Tyson Alualu, who was solid.
Yeah, he was very solid.
And then DeAnthony Smith, who
was not. Yeah. And Alualu came off the edge, did get kicked inside, and
right, really wasn't a true space eater.
No.
In any way, shape, or form.
He's a 3, and he might be one of our XLP big 3s when it's all said and done.
Yeah,
but that's where we are. And so the football team, if you're trusting what Jimmy Gladstone has shown you in the short amount of time that he's been here, is that their eval looks a hell of a lot better than past evaluations from the guys that were.
Go ahead, man.
No, I was just going to say that I agree that you need to get the whole roster better. I also want to see you need dudes. You need to draft elite guys that will make your team better. And, I mean, it's only one draft, and you got injuries with the first 3 guys, so you don't really know.
Right.
But I want to see that. I want to see a guy that comes in and you're like, whoa, all right, that's a hell of a pick.
Yeah, and you wonder why we struggle, especially interiorly, when we're having a hard time finding good guards that were drafted here, and then you're having a hard time finding good nose guards and D tackles. I mean, that's the foundation of toughness.
It's a wonder
right?
why the lines of scrimmage here have been so bad.
Exactly. That's the foundation of toughness right there. And we missed the ball on all of them.
That's why I repeat it all the time. You got to get a 3rd one, and you got to stop a 3rd one.
That's the truth.
And if you cannot do either one of them, then you are in a big bunch of trouble.
You're in a world of trouble, bro.
And another one on the text line mentioned Avery Jones. That was another good player. That got himself a little extra cash, a little extra cake, maybe a second. I'm thinking it was a tender offer for him, but Avery was solid. And I think towards the end, he was one of the guys that the wham block may have got him a little bit, but he was still a decent player. What about G-Funk? 100% agree with you that G-Funk was one of the greatest players. One of our texters asking, but he just wasn't a drafted pick here.
Yeah.
He came from another football team. Now, Gary Walker, straight out of Auburn, and signed here and was a 10-sack guy one year for this football team.
Yeah.
And he would.
G-Funk was legit.
Oh, my gosh. And he occasionally could kick outside, but he was a man inside, a savage.
By the way, Taven Bryan last year with the Ravens.
Doing work. He is? Okay.
Has not been signed yet this year.
Yeah.
G-Funk down 80 pounds, bro. Looking good.
Really?
Good, yeah.
Nice.
Tobacco in the mouth.
He's running that ranch.
Yeah, you know he's running that ranch.
Yeah.
He said, "Man, sir, I had to let the LBs go, man. I got to work." Said, you do it, bro.
All right. So we definitely got to get the trainer with Big John Henderson on if you can. That's gonna be our homework assignment. So if you guys have any intel on the trainer, you're gonna look into it.
I bet Henders. I bet they're friends.
Yeah, probably.
I bet he knows who he is.
So if he allowed the open hand slap for that many times for that many years, they got to be big buds. All right, we head into the 1 o'clock hour. We will get into a few judgments, college football related, Tom Brady related. We'll get into all that coming up. It is XL Primetime on a Florida Home AC Friday.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford.
I'm Greg Coleman, former Reigns High Viking and Minnesota Viking.
This is Bill Polian of ESPN
on 1010 XL
92.5 FM.
Want to show off that backyard flex? Purple Heart Pools, a veteran-owned pool company right here in Jacksonville, is offering a brand new custom pool and spa package for a flat $75,000. All in, no bait, no switch. You heard that right. Only $75,000 for a custom pool and spa. Now's the time to break ground. Game days, summer nights, and neighborhood envy included. Schedule a free consultation today at purpleheartpools.com. Purple Heart Pools, Jacksonville's veteran pool company.
It's time to upgrade your ride at Randy Marion Cadillac on Southside Boulevard in Jacksonville.
Trade your Tesla for the ultimate luxury. Experience a brand new Cadillac EV.
At Randy Marion Cadillac in Jacksonville, we have over 33 stunning EVs to choose from.
Feel the power and enjoy a range that takes you farther than ever before.
You love your Tesla, but it's time to elevate your ride. Pick the color and drive away today.
Randy Marion Cadillac in Jacksonville, where luxury meets performance. Visit us today.
And don't forget, tell them Jennifer sent you.
The key to victory is anticipation.
The road to the regular season rides through the combine, free agency, the draft, OTAs, and mini camps.
They should be fun to watch.
Follow the offseason with AA Automotive and 1010XL.
Looking for golf that doesn't feel like golf? Welcome to Pine Royale, Callahan's new golf entertainment destination. Play a 9-hole par 3 course, compete in TrackMan-powered driving bays, and get ready for all-new 18-hole mini golf coming soon. As the sun goes down, the course lights up. Add in great food, a full bar, and space to hang with the whole crew, and suddenly golf feels a whole lot more social. Search Pine Royale Callahan and come play today.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Life is about choices and the decisions you make. I'm David Robbins with Epstein & Robbins. If you're convicted of a DUI, you'll have to face severe consequences. Walking through the doors of the courthouse or appearing at a bond hearing can be extremely intimidating. Without the right lawyer, you're likely to make the wrong decision. Let our team help you make the right decisions in court. Epstein & Robbins, the right choice.
Epstein & Robbins, fighting for your rights since 1975.
Here's a health and wellness tip from orthopedic specialists of Jacksonville.
Every joint in the body was designed for movement. Inactivity can cause stiffness, weakness, weight gain, and decrease in overall balance. So you should strive for at least 30 minutes a day of exercises that promote flexibility like yoga, strengthening with weights, and cardiovascular fitness like walking, swimming, or biking. The more you move, the better you will feel and your overall health will benefit. Let's get healthy, Jax. Go Jags.
Stay healthy with orthopedic specialists of Jacksonville.
La playa is Spanish for the beach. If you can't remember that, the word Corona also works. Corona, La playa awaits.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville. Triumph did a really cool thing last year, Greg. They went off-road. What's happening with Triumph?
Well, not only did they go off-road, they threw all the chips on the table. Ricky Carmichael personally developed this motorcycle for them. So if you haven't seen the Ricky Carmichael 450, you need to come see it. Also just released some Enduros this year. They've got a full lineup. You're going to love them.
Talking Triumph, the latest off-road. Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic near Regency. Check out cyclesofjacksonville.com.
The Clay County Fair turns 40 this year. 4 decades of crazy rides, live music, great food, and Team 1010XL's food eating contest. It's your main man, E.T., and I'll be looking for you April 2nd through the 12th. Learn more at claycountyfair.org.
Here's your 1010XL local sports update. The reigning AAA champions, Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. They'll open the 2026 season this evening at 5 Star Ballpark. The first pitch flies at 7:05. The Jaguars host more than 65 youth teams tomorrow at the NFL Flag Regional in Middleburg, all battling for a spot in July's championship and a $5,000 travel stipend. That's your 1010XL local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
It's 82 degrees at 101. Time and Temp brought to you by Bueller Air & Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Who lit it up last night? Brought to you by American-Electrical.com.
Look at this pass. Oh, my goodness. Fulgaris! What happened?
Well, that was a major defensive breakdown there. I think Nebraska only had 4 defenders on the floor. They did. Rink Mast is not on the floor. Nebraska, that is a major breakdown.
And they get it off to Tate Sage. Fulgaris hammers it home.
I'll tell you what, Hawkeye guy is living his best life right now, okay? Because 7's getting it done for Iowa. And Stan Van Gundy, get back into coaching, okay? Because he immediately recognized it. What was Freddie Horberg's nickname way back? The mayor?
The mayor, yeah.
That they didn't have enough players on the court.
It's your nickname, the mayor.
And Alvaro was just killing them. So he did light it up last night. And the Hawkeyes against the Huskers, couple corn-fed teams. One moves on, the other does not. Nebraska had won their first 2 NCAA tournament games in their history. The last Power 4 team to ever go this long without a NCAA tournament won. They finally did, but Iowa moves on.
First 2 games were fantastic.
Yeah.
Second 2 were horrific.
Well, yeah, blowouts, yeah.
Yeah.
And particularly Arkansas. They just could not handle it. They just
St. John's Duke tonight, by the way.
Yeah, it's going to be
it's going to be
fun, baby.
7-10, baby.
Yeah.
PM.
And then Bama's got to be able to keep up. Is that
against Michigan?
Yeah. And so that's
I like that Leon added the PM. Just in case we weren't sure.
Yeah, just in case.
That would have been an early tip.
Yeah. Listen, the late night start to these games, you got to be rested and ready to go.
Not good for ratings either.
Yeah.
And speaking of ratings,
all right, real quick, hang on, Mr. Segway. We just say thank you to American Electrical. They can light up your world just like they lit it up last night. American-electrical.com. Looking for a career? Definitely check them out. And then also residential, commercial. You can get it done with those good folks at American Electrical.
All right, live sports ratings from 20. Don't peak, Leon. From 2025.
I don't cheat like you.
To now, March 2026. We all know who number 1 is, right?
It's the NFL.
It's the NFL, right? Average viewership 18.7 million. Championship or final, which would be the Super Bowl, 125.6 million. Okay. Now, who's number 2?
I'm gonna say the college football championship.
I mean, what sport is number 2?
Oh, sport.
College football.
College football's got to be number 2.
College football is number 2, and it's not close, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. They're at 6.9 million average viewership.
Right.
Championship game was 30.1 million. Now here's where it gets interesting.
6.9 average viewership of what?
Games per game.
All the college football games on TV.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what do you even mean by that?
It's so hard to measure all these things.
It's
probably power.
Yeah.
The power conference game.
Does it say that? I mean, even then, like Miami plays so many games on.
I mean, it's Nielsen
ACC
ratings.
Network, and
are we not going to believe the Nielsen ratings?
No, I want to see what channels they're even talking about, because there's no way that the average college football game averages 7 million viewers. Like, dude, there's USF.
Wait.
There's
Okay, you're
hundreds
right.
of games.
Hang on, this is just the ESPN games. So
See,
just
you
the
didn't say
ESPN
that.
games. Well, I just saw it. So it's just the ESPN games for college football. All right. Now, number 3. Who's number 3?
That doesn't even include the big Fox audience.
Yeah, like, what does this even mean?
Right, but with the Fox audience, it'll be even more. So
that's what I'm saying. So, like, what?
But it's not gonna go over the NFL.
So this is just Monday Night Football.
No, this says live sports TV ratings from 2025 to 26.
But it's for ESPN on the NFL games.
No, it's all.
So they took all the NFL games, but only the ESPN games for college.
That's what it sounds.
It's the source. The source for the NFL one is Nielsen and the NFL. The source for the numbers for college football is ESPN. The source for the other ones could be Fox, could be ABC. You know what I mean?
No.
Okay. Who do you think the third sport is?
Baseball.
I would I saw this headline: NBA and MLB trying to battle as far as who was going to be.
I would just say 7-game World Series.
They said the second.
That's probably. Well, there was a 7-game NBA Finals, but it wasn't the Dodgers.
Average viewership now. Average viewership.
See, is it average viewership per game on ESPN? Like, is it average viewership for any baseball game? That's what I'm saying. Like, this is so
JJ,
stupid.
I don't know.
It means nothing. I would say, I don't know.
Golf is number 3.
See, what is that? There's no way golf is the number 3
PGA
sport
in the
in
majors,
America.
2.7
They
million.
went with the majors. They went with the majors.
See this list.
Yeah.
13 million Masters. Number 4, MLB. 2 million average viewership.
And that was, again, games versus
16.1
games
million
on
for the-
what?
16.1 million World Series. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, NBA. 1.8 million.
And they probably averaged theirs over the season.
NBA
as opposed
Finals,
to-
10.3.
Yeah, so it jumped up considerably there. But yeah, look, everyone is
Nowhere on that list is the NCAA
I
tournament,
just don't know how you can even do
They
MLB
may not
and
pick
NBA because you only watch the local games, or you have the app and you have to watch games on the app. So how could they even do the average? Like, it just doesn't make
Right,
any
but-
sense. On
but
the
just because
regular, no, I want you to see like what games they're even talking about. There's no way an average
know that, but
MLB
my
game
point to you is
averages a million viewers.
Just because
It's
you're
not even
watching on
close
the
to
app
that.
doesn't mean they can't figure out who's watching and how many people are watching.
That's not even what I'm saying. I'm saying when you watch, what games are they taking the average for
I don't
Major
know. It
League
doesn't
Baseball?
say. I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
There's no way the average Major League Baseball game has 1 million viewers. It just doesn't, or 2 million. There's no way.
I would think
There's
like,
20 games to 15 games on a day.
right. Yeah, and I would think they did cherry pick.
Yes.
For however they wanted to seat this column, one versus the other. They just decided to go ahead and cherry pick
Because the average golf tournament doesn't average 10 million whatever
So this-
viewers.
that's why they went major.
Like, there's only 4 golf tournaments that'll do that.
This breakdown of sports leagues, average viewers with an overlay of their media rights and average cost per viewer. Okay? What they're trying to do is shed light on the current sports rights market, okay? Media rights market. The NFL is averaging $535 per viewer. Okay? College football is averaging $430 to $600 per viewer. The NBA is averaging $3,500 to $4,500 per viewer. MLB is at $900 per viewer. Golf is $230 to $350 per viewer. So golf is undervalued. MLB is undervalued. MLB is probably a little bit where it should be. The NBA is way overvalued. College football is undervalued, and the NFL is undervalued.
Mm-hmm. Because there's still,
Yeah.
there's so many eyeballs on that. But yeah, like I said, this is the exercise. You start to drill down, and you're like, everyone is competing. Everyone has a different way of consuming. There's no way you're going to. First off, ratings are about as sideways and inaccurate as they can be.
Don't disagree. Yeah. I don't disagree. But I guess my point is, in 2030, I think they're all up. I know that. I know the SEC is up, or the Big Ten is up in 2030. The SEC is, I believe, 2033.
MLB, it's at the end of 2028.
2028. All right.
Yeah.
And the NFL's coming up too. The NFL is just gonna. I mean, what they get,
They're
will
already
just
waylaying
be,
them.
dude.
Okay?
It's gonna just be ridiculous.
They're already waylaying.
I know
them,
they are.
and they're really going to.
I know they are.
When they get to that new round of rights, because Netflix, Amazon, Paramount, Peacock, all these streaming services, along with obviously the over the air and then the cable with what ESPN's got to
So
pay.
one of the reasons why they port this out, this person did this, is because if you pull the TV rights in college football, and then they're all under one umbrella like the NFL, they'll go from $430 to $600 per viewer to even less, which is not a good move. You're undervaluing yourself, which is why the SEC and the Big Ten do not want to do it.
Well, I think that if you were ever to do a rights deal where they all had the opportunity, NBC, Fox, ESPN, CBS, all of them, where they put their money together to televise all of college football, it would raise the ratings.
Yeah, I don't know about
it's
that.
It's
I
not
don't know.
territorial.
Because then it becomes who gets the views, who gets the windows, the key windows.
Well, I know that, but they would all share it.
Who makes that decision? Who gets the key windows?
They'd all share
like
it.
in the NFL, who makes the decision? Who gets the key windows?
I would think not necessarily
Like
the
the
highest
Thursday game,
bidder.
the Sunday night game.
Well, yeah, the highest bidder for that. But once they decide,
No. What teams play on there? That's what I'm saying.
They probably have a little committee.
They have a formula that says
some who's going to get the biggest ratings committee. I don't know.
Eagles, Cowboys, Giants.
Yeah,
I know that.
NFC
I know that.
East.
Yeah.
We're just
No, I
going
know
to
that.
keep putting them in all these games.
I know that part, right? But I mean, it's now think about doing that for college football, though.
They already do.
No, I mean if they're all under the same umbrella.
Yeah,
if
it'd be
they're
a
all
little
under the same
harder.
umbrella, you can't just keep showing the SEC every critical window. You got to put some other teams in there.
Yeah.
Well, they already like. There's already games that are going on competing with each other in college that would never fly in the NFL. You know, like because there's so many college games,
Yeah.
it's impossible not to. Like even when you have that quote unquote key matchup that's at like 7:30 on ABC or whatever, there's also a badass game that started an hour before that that's still going on. Like, it's impossible not to layer the
I will
game.
say this, for the fans, the pulling the TV routes would probably be the best, because if that does happen, there'll be a ton of games on Thursday and Friday. Ton.
They'll start throwing them at us.
Yeah.
We already do with Friday.
Significant windows.
Well, I feel like we have at least 2 games every Friday.
Right, but they're
in
not
college.
good games. I mean, there will be good games on Thursday and Friday.
Well, the NFL said we want Wednesday. Pretty soon they're going to want Tuesday. So we got judgments coming up, including an NFL star that might want to be a star again. We will do that coming up on XL Primetime.
XL Primetime, driven by Big Number 1 Duval Ford, the #1 place to buy your next vehicle.
Don't answer that. Yeah.
What's your name? This is 1010XL. What are you? Jacksonville Sports Radio.
This is Jeff Middlecoff with Cogent Bank. My associate Ryan Salem and I joined Cogent Bank because we wanted to revolutionize the mortgage business, just like Cogent Bank has revolutionized the banking business. So Ryan Salem and I are able to leverage the power and stability of Cogent Bank to go out and find our clients the best investors, the best products, and the best rates in the entire country for your particular mortgage loan. Of course, you don't have to be a customer at Cogent Bank to take advantage of our mortgage services to buy or refinance your home. We offer jumbo loans, VA, FHA, conventional and investment loans. At Cogent Bank, we offer mortgages nationwide, so we can help you with a second home or help a family member who lives or is moving to another state. Call Ryan Salem or myself, Jeff Middlecoff, at Cogent Bank today, 904-442-9191, to see how we can help you with any of your mortgage loan needs, whatever or wherever they may be.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, Cogent Bank, NMLS ID 402296, Ryan Salem, NMLS ID 1182429, Jeff Middlecoff, NMLS ID 249086.
Hey, Jacksonville, David Garrard here. If you want a street-legal golf cart that's built with quality and style, check out Dynamic Drives and Designs in Jacks Beach. They have new, used, and fully customized carts from the top brands like Atlas, Dodge, and Pilot Car. Every car gets a complete expert inspection, so you know it's ready to hit the road. Their team can help you design the perfect custom cart that fits your style and needs. For your custom golf cart, visit dynamicdrivesdesign.com today and see your perfect ride.
No one knows more about fishing the First Coast than Captain Kevin Faber, the Ring Power Fishing Forecast Show. Reeled in by the Pest Pros at Royal Pest Services. And awaken 180 weight loss.
Thursday nights at 6
on 1010XL AM.
I'm Chris Campione. Auto accidents can leave you feeling lost and overwhelmed. But at Campione Law, we're here to guide you with a personal touch through every step of the process. We don't get paid unless you get paid. CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione. Campione Law. Top Dog Tavern is your gathering place for family and friends, offering something for everyone. Want a delicious meal served with a smile? We have you covered. Shareable appetizers, hot and crispy wings, juicy tavern burgers, fresh salads, plus a large craft beer selection. And there is nowhere better to watch all the big games than on our multiple TVs. Enjoy great food, cold drinks, and good times at Top Dog Tavern, located in Bartram Park off Old St. Augustine Road.
What if every day felt like a private resort in your backyard? Premier Outdoor Inc., Jacksonville's #1 pool builder in the 2025 Best of Bold City Awards, creates entire outdoor living spaces, not just pools, custom pools, heated spas, summer kitchens, cabanas, fireplaces, screen enclosures, and more. Veteran and first responder owned, turn your backyard into an unforgettable retreat. See what you could build at premieroutdoorinc.net. Premier Outdoor Inc., a visionary of hardscapes and aquatics.
At G&H Tires and Service, the G stands for great pricing. The H, well, that means honest service. For over 20 years, Roger and his team have helped Jacksonville drivers stay safe on the road. Need brakes, oil change, AC not blowing cold? Well, how about a super affordable $36 oil change? Affordable brake jobs, AC checks before summer hits, alignments for all these construction roads, and even free check engine light inspections. Locally owned, community driven. G&H Tires and Service on Beach Boulevard.
Looking for adventure? Need a machine that works as hard as you do? CF Moto has you covered. At Ride Now Beach Boulevard, we've got CF Moto ATVs and UTVs built for any task, any trail, anytime. Tear up the dirt with the trail-tested C-Force ATV lineup or conquer through terrain with a Z-Force UTV. Find your CF Moto ride today at Ride Now Beach Boulevard or visit ridenowbeachboulevard.com. ATVs and UTVs are for riders 16 and older. They can be hazardous to operate. CF Moto recommends an improved safety training course.
For the greenest, luscious lawn on the block, choose the local legends, Roundtree Sod. Don't just settle for ordinary. Let Roundtree Sod deliver you a picture-perfect lawn. To get a free estimate, call 7414-SOD. 7414-SOD.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
Here comes the judge. Order in the court. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Well, it's time to get to some judgments, and we say thank you to Chris Campione and Campione Law, and they certainly can help you when you find yourself in front of the judge. And if you can't handle the truth, you need somebody else to help you, and you can definitely count on them. Log on, CampioneLaw.com. Offices just steps away from the Duval County Courthouse. Brand new offices in the AUG, down in St. Augustine in the SJC. Make sure you check out Campione Law, and certainly they will be champions for justice for you. So I couldn't help it. It always makes me laugh when Tom Brady wants to talk about Tom Brady. And lo and behold, he comes out of this past weekend, and he's slinging the football in a flag football exhibition game. And what comes next, Big Sirs? He starts talking about maybe a comeback. You can leave it to Tom Brady to try and talk about himself, to get other people to talk about him and possibly coming back. And he loves the attention.
Why? I mean, you got a 10-year, $350 million deal to broadcast, which is much safer, all right? You know, you're well-groomed, you're rich, you got all your teeth. Just sit down.
He is well-groomed.
You know what I'm saying? Just sit down somewhere. Does he need that much attention towards himself?
He might.
He's a minority shareholder in the Las Vegas Raiders.
I think that's what he was talking about. He asked the NFL what their stance on him coming back to play would be, and he said they weren't happy with that, or they wouldn't be cool with that.
I think he wants to play in a uniform for the team that he owns and broadcast the game as an analyst. I think he wants to
Sideline reporter.
All of them. All of them at the same time. As soon as he walks off, let's just say they go 3 and out. He puts a headset back on. He starts analyzing the other team's offense.
I mean, is it possible that he's like so narcissistic?
It is possible.
I mean, so narcissistic that he'd be willing to give up his share of ownership of the Raiders to try one more season in the league?
It's 48, isn't he?
Yeah.
If Tom Brady came back right now, where would he be ranked for you in the NFL quarterback rankings? I'd still put him at 20, probably. No worse.
I mean, he'd be better than anything the Jets got.
Top half.
Or the Browns.
Yeah, top 20. And look, in the name of Kay Adams, whatever you want to do, pal. If you do want to come back and try it, I'm okay. But it cracks me up. He absolutely loves. He can't get over it. Once he got out there and started slinging the pigskin, he's like, maybe I can do it. Maybe I can come
Listen, if Flacco can get a 1-year deal, Brady can.
Yeah, he would cash. That's for sure.
I mean, if you were the Colts last year, why would you take a run at him?
Yeah, they took Phillip Rivers off the street.
Yeah,
as much as we're having fun with this, I guarantee you phone calls are being made.
Yeah, you're probably right. The Colts probably did ask
that he's explored the possibility of coming back, and I'm sure others have picked up the phone and said, why not? Let's at least ask. So let's go. We just mentioned the Jets. Let's go from Tom Brady to Ty Simpson. And in your judgment, he is having a private workout in Alabama with the Jets. Now, both of you guys jump in on this because he is now being viewed as a guy that you might be not only willing to draft in the first round, but might be willing to move to make sure you get him.
Yeah. You know why, Joe?
Yeah.
He plays quarterback.
Because we're nearing April. And the days are winding down, and he plays quarterback.
Yep.
And everybody's starting to panic now.
Quarterbacks make you crazy.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, I know about those private
workouts.
Yeah. I got one with the Steelers. Had no idea they were going to draft me, but out of all the scouts there, they pulled me to the side, had me doing little different drills off to the cut. And I was like, interesting. So if he's got a private workout, they're going to take him.
They're going to look
They
long
look-
and
they
hard
look-
at
they
him,
look
that's
sick.
for sure.
Three teams having private workouts, right?
Well, at the very least, this one is going on. I believe this one was going on today. And, more than one private workout for him.
So he had a pro day, and then they had the private workout for him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so the
Ty
Jets,
Simpson and the Jets, that's definitely going to
Wait,
work
so they're
out.
so
I'm
when they
sure of it.
when they bring these guys when you
he's the
Rich
next Zach
history of
Wilson.
quarterback.
so the 30 guys they bring in, are you allowed to work those guys out when you bring them in?
You have visits, and I actually don't know what the
I can't imagine a Players
what the
Association would want
limits
that.
are. But you are allowed. You bring them in for a visit. You get to do the tour, the Q&A, the interview session. Put them on the board, whatever it is, depending on what position you got. And then certain ones you can work them out.
Well, technically, you're not with
Not
the
allowed
players.
to. Oh, you're not with it.
You're
Okay.
not the Players
Right,
Association.
that's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
Until you get
That's a good point.
drafted.
That's a good point.
And Jacksonville is not only did they not go to the combine as far as their big brass is concerned, they sent the scouts. And I honestly, if it works, I don't mind it because they said, we're not going to go for the fluff interview. We're going to do our research. We're going to keep our guys working nose to the grindstone. And
Didn't
talking.
they not do the 30 last
They
year
don't do
too?
any. They don't. Yeah, they didn't do it last year, and they're not doing them this year. And so, as Hayes Carline likes to joke, whatever Les Snead says, they're doing it. And so it's the Rams formula. But if the results are there, I have no problem with it. But that's really essentially what you're looking for. Now, I don't know whether Jordan Hudson is okay with this, but let's move on. All right. Bill Belichick right now is working in harmony with one Bobby Petrino. And Petrino's going to call his offense. And they said it's just like the good old times. He is Bobby Petrino coming into Chapel Hill and is going to run an offense that Belly views as Josh McDaniels-esque, that he can come in, coach them up, put them in position to where they can make plays. You ready for this, Matt? If he got rid of Freddie Kitchens, okay?
They're both fond for young women.
I was just going to say, does Belichick know what is at stake if he brings Bobby Petrino on the campus with Jordan Hudson there?
Now, is he bringing him on the campus with his Harley or without the Harley?
I don't know. If
it's with the Harley, he could steal Jordan.
Yeah, right. If it's with the Harley,
it could get serious.
You know what young women think about the guys with the Harley?
Yeah,
badass.
Yeah, that might be a
I
problem.
think about guys with Harleys as badass.
That might be a problem.
Well, I immediately thought of it as soon as I saw it. I'm like, well, wait a minute. I said, this is one guy inviting another guy.
Because you got to think the shine's coming off Belly at this point for Jordan.
No.
That's
when you're in love.
After
bro.
4-8, you don't think
You're
the
in
shine's
love.
coming off
Absolutely
after 4-8?
not.
He can only move up, at least in her eyes.
See, Leon
Nah.
thinks it's got.
She doesn't see the football stuff. She sees beyond that.
She just zeroed in on her adult cheerleading, but she zeroed in.
Leon, are you scared? October 31st. Some people call it Halloween. Miami versus UNC. Bill Belichick.
Is
Are
it up
you
there?
worried?
No.
Is that a Friday game?
It's Saturday.
Saturday?
Halloween night.
Saturday, Halloween night. I know you're not going to hear this, JJ, but
At
we're
home.
going to run the table.
You're right. I didn't want to hear that.
Wait.
Got it in his head again.
You've got to save that, okay? You got to save it. In fact, make it a drop.
Book it.
You just said Miami's going to run the table?
That's what I said.
Not lose.
Yeah.
It is worth pointing out that
16-0
Mario Cristobal. Wow. If you say, can you think of the records immediately?
5-7, 7-5,
Yeah.
10-3,
Year one, year
and
two,
10-3.
year three.
You do know the history
Or
of this
13 and
program.
3.
5-7,
7-5,
7-5,
10-3,
10-3, and none of those included making the playoff, and were left, and made it to the national championship game. And so you could.
That's an upward trajectory.
Yeah, you could argue that.
Stocks are high, bro.
Preaching patience, believing in it.
Yeah.
And obviously, Mario came in with credentials when he got there. But just think about that: 5-7.
I mean, just think about losing both your offensive tackles and both your defensive ends.
They're losing.
We
some
don't
talent.
Reloading,
We
bro,
don't
not
rebuild,
rebuilding.
We reload, baby.
If that is the case, as it once was, if that is the case, then yeah, look out.
I'm actually shocked that you went there.
I'm
thought you
not.
would say.
I'm not
I thought
shocked
you
that
would
he
say
went
we
there.
might lose a
Not
game or
shocked at
two, but
all.
we're going to win it all.
Yeah.
You think they're going to run the table?
So Notre Dame in
let me tell you
South
something.
Bend.
You know how we kind of
in November, Leon.
You know how we kind of fooled around with you with the whole Jackson win the Super Bowl thing. We kind of like gave you a little grief. We're going to be relentless with this.
I'm not worried.
All right.
Look, he's got his hand out. It's not shaking.
For those of you not watched on YouTube, Sir holds out his hand. He ain't shaking.
He ain't shaking.
All I'm saying is South Bend, November. I got a little bit of concern.
Yeah,
that's all.
As well, you should. We already have not laughed, but at least observed that Notre Dame is one of the betting favorites, if not the betting favorite, to win a Natty, and their Heisman Trophy betting odds for their quarterback is at the top of the list as well.
And they're going to be
the Canes also have, by the way,
schedule.
a history of playing down to bad opponents.
Like exactly. They'll lose a random one.
Yeah.
Luckily, they don't
honestly,
play Jeff Brom next
at
year.
Stanford week 1.
Oh, stop
Are you serious?
Come on, man.
Come on, come on.
This is,
SAT
wait.
school.
He might be right. Actually. You ready for this schedule?
It's a favorable one.
At Stanford, FAM, at Wake, Central Michigan.
Mm-hmm. That was supposed to be South Carolina, to be fair, but since they expanded the conferences, both teams dropped that game, which sucked. I would have loved to play South Carolina.
You better look out for Sharknado,
right?
Because it's coming. All right,
No, Sharknado's gone. He's not there anymore.
I'm just saying
Oh.
the leftover effects.
At
Okay,
Clemson.
Sharknado plays every year.
Hang on,
Okay?
at Clemson.
That's a tough game.
Oh, stop it.
At Clemson, at Clemson's not tough.
That's not the same Clemson.
I mean, that ain't the same Clemson, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Florida State.
We don't
at
know what
home.
Clemson's going to be next year.
Pitt at home. At North Carolina.
Boy, did I fall for them last
At
year.
Notre Dame. There's your one tough game. Duke at home. Virginia Tech at home. Boston College at home. You finish the season with 3 straight home games.
It's about time.
He might be right. I mean,
Miami always
they
ends
could
on
get
the road.
exposed in the playoff, but he might be right. They might go 12-0.
I feel like that we don't know what
Confident.
Florida State's going to be. They could be a great team.
I mean, quite frankly, if they don't go 12-0, we should give you grief because that's
here we go.
It's called off-season optimism.
Mm-hmm.
There's a
Gotta
reason
love it.
Miami's over/under is 10.5. One of what'd you say, 3 teams in all of
3
college
more?
football. That's
Was there
it.
3
There
more?
was Indiana,
Oregon, Ohio State, and Indiana.
not
Oregon,
Ohio State.
No, not Ohio State. It was Oregon, Indiana, and Miami.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that.
By the way, when you mention Central Michigan and you say that he's not there anymore, Sharknado, he's retired and
Oh, he retired.
Yeah.
yeah, and
Went out on top.
Well, I mean, retired in quotes.
right. Well, is he still collecting off the University of Florida?
Probably.
I mean, after it was
Yeah.
clear that he lied about Connor Stallings for 2.5 years, it was,
Yeah. Oh,
I forgot he was involved in that.
Yeah, and
He was just trying to
he
get a
just
gig.
blatantly lied about it too.
Yeah. Anyway,
which makes you think he may or may not have blatantly lied about Sharknado.
Or about a certain death threat.
yeah, exactly.
Really? You
Yeah.
think?
So he is. I'm going to look this up, but I'm pretty sure he might be out mining for gold as a retired guy.
Oh, I always sort of felt bad for him with the death threat thing because he sort of like threw it out there flippantly, like, yeah, there's like
It's pretty cool.
there's people
Yeah, not
online that are like threatening me or whatever,
the
but then they
Florida
ask like,
administration
okay,
just
what are
literally-
specifics? And he's like, oh, dang.
Yeah.
He did that, and the Florida administration just said, "That's how we can fire him."
6
Yeah.
days later.
Exactly.
6 days later. All right, there you go. The gavel with our judgments. We appreciate Chris Campion, CampionLaw.com. Make sure you check them out. And if you are in front of the judge, make sure you have the proper representation right there with you with the folks from Campion Law.
XL Primetime from the big #1 Duval Ford Studios. Get Florida Gators play-by-play on 1010XL.
The Gators take a weekend trip on the Pig Trail against the 4th-ranked Razorbacks. Florida, Arkansas. Tonight, Saturday and Sunday afternoon on 1010 AM.
Instant Keys is turning 25, a quarter century of saving the day when your keys mysteriously vanish. Seriously, it was just in my pocket. Or when that remote fob decides to quit working.
The dealership is such a hassle.
For 25 years, Instant Keys has been the go-to locksmith service for car keys, house keys, transponders, re-keys, and even high-tech smart locks. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you for honest, professional locksmith service. Use Instant Keys. Welcome to Key Buick GMC, proudly family-owned and operated since 1943. Come see why they're North Florida's new and pre-owned truck center, conveniently located on Southside and JTB, just minutes from the St. John's Town Center. At Key Buick GMC, every new vehicle comes with our lifetime powertrain warranty. Key Buick GMC, we are professional grade. Online at keybuickgmc.com. Lifetime powertrain warranty covers engine, transmission, drivetrain only. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details.
Divorce, menonly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to divorcemenonly.com. Divorcemenonly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
March is coming in like a lion at Best Bet, and Clockwork Cash Out is back with a vengeance at all locations. Every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in March, from 6 p.m. till midnight, $500 will be given away every 30 minutes while playing the table games. The excitement is roaring at Best Bet Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine. For more details, visit bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Jumbo Shrimp Baseball opens today at Five Star Ballpark. Come early for the opening day street carnival and don't miss post-game fireworks, all presented by Roland Reese Plumbing and Ascension St. Vincent's. Tomorrow, the first 2,000 fans get replica championship rings and more fireworks presented by Birkin Construction. The defending AAA national champs are home all weekend. Tickets start at just $5. Visit jackshrimp.com for tickets.
At the First Coast YMCA, there's no place like this place, with programs and experiences that will bring your whole family together. Summer will be here before we know it, and Y Summer Day Camp registration is now open. Visit your local Y to secure your child's spot early for a season full of memories and adventure. Don't delay. Day camps will fill up. There's no place like this place, so visit your local Y to sign up or online at fcymca.org. Search Summer Day Camp.
I used to dread going to the dentist. Every visit felt like a sales pitch with constant upselling, surprise fees on my bill, and I could never get in when I needed to. But Harbor Dental Care? Totally different. They saw me the next day, gave me honest pricing up front, and even set me up with a payment plan I could actually afford. No pressure, no surprise charges, just kind people who get it. If you want to experience dentistry the way it should be, book your appointment today at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
1010XL, presented by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farrah doesn't flinch. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
All right, my golden moment is that the last 3 days we talked about the drafting of the guards and the one technique, and wasn't a very favorable list for the Jaguars. Going on 40 years of existence.
No.
So
in any way, shape,
and you wonder why we struggled mightily as far as toughness goes and winning and losing the line of scrimmages. You can't have that. You can't have that kind of bad and expect to have any kind of success as a franchise when you don't draft interior guys well. Because that's the heartbeat of your team. That's where toughness is made, essentially.
Do you remember Big Tuna? He would always say, if I got to cook, let me shop for the groceries.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he would want to get a handle on that talent. Tom Coughlin coached him and had a handle on that talent. But honestly, since then, there just hadn't been enough good choices made that became pillars of this football
I really thought Wyatt Milan would be that guy. Still may. Still
got an opportunity.
I would love to see them just draft a guard that goes into camp and just flipping wows people and just goes, wow, this dude, this third or fourth round pick is going to start from day one, and he's a strong dude. He's going to push people around. That's what I want to see.
Right. That's what you're looking for.
Well, you also would like to implement some of the drills that make you kind of tough, like middle drill and blitz drill.
We can't do that,
That
bro.
kind of stuff, They outlawed it.
It's been collectively bargained out.
God forbid they sweat a little bit.
I'll probably repeat this next week, but I'm just going to hit a few of these, okay? And this is kind of Javon Foster, Ben Barch, Will Richardson, Luke Jokel,
Will Richardson.
Oh, my
Eugene Monroe, Evan Britton, Andrew Carnahan, Marcus
Bro,
Ogden.
Joe.
How can you be this bad? Draft after draft after draft. How can that be?
Joe, when I used to go out there and watch practice and I see Will Richardson, I would be saying to myself, how are you just not slapping people around?
Exactly.
I mean,
Exactly.
his body frame, 6'6",
Big,
325.
big, big human
Come
being.
on, bro.
Cooper Hodges, I was a fan. I wanted to see him make it. And who knows?
Again, injury.
Yeah, where it will end up being. But
We had to hear about him for a year. Like, what if?
And he would
when he
cartwheel.
comes back healthy.
Right, but I hope that's not Milam. Like, I hope that doesn't turn into that.
Right, yeah. You guard against it. But the Cesarios, the Herndons, all those guys. Hey, in the name of Luke Bowanko, I forgot about him. He might come up with our top centers of all time. But that was another dude that came in. Johnny Wade. I love that guy.
John Wade.
Yeah, he came in after you, I believe.
John
No,
Wade.
no.
He played with me. I know John
played
Wade.
with you.
Yeah.
Wade was a good player. Yeah. So I like those cats. All right, golden moment, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of piggybacking off his.
Johnny Wade was not expecting a shout out today.
You know what? He's going to line up after
Yeah,
that.
he will.
Yeah.
He's probably working his job.
Exactly.
minding
He's
his
like
own
a
business.
realtor.
He's probably like, on his lunch break, just driving around. Like, I'm catching strays, man. Yeah, just I mean, we're going over this, and we've said this for the last 3 days now, and it's not just these positions, because I got news for you. We're going to go to other positions, and we're going to be like, kind of iffy.
Well, I feel like I've preached it forever, is that if you do not have a solid set of eyes and talent evaluators in your front office, the front office is just kind of flimsily thrown around that phrase, but there are so many integral pieces when it comes to building a franchise that are in this, quote, front office that find dudes that are, like we just said, savages at the line of scrimmage. They have versatile. They come in with this unyielding willingness to do whatever you ask them to do.
Right.
Those types of players.
I actually think Jonah's that type of player.
Monheim,
I think Jonah could develop into that type of player.
He might.
Look, for me, it's great that Tony is there now. I think you've got a guy that has played at the elite level in the league, and he knows the history of this franchise, and he's going to go in there, and has gone in there, I should say.
Yeah.
And I think that's the key there as well, too. I would be shocked if you get in a situation where these guys miss on a majority of the picks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we don't know yet because the first three were injured, but, like we were saying a month ago, this could also be a situation this year where you take your picks, and you've got three new guys again, because those three guys really didn't play. I mean, Travis played 7 games, right?
Yeah, yeah, he missed 10.
Ransaw didn't play. Milam maybe played 4 games, played in.
Yeah, played in, yeah.
So you've got a situation where you've got those 3 on top of what you're bringing in.
Yeah, you hope. And the draft and develop, everyone wants to forget about the second part of that. You can draft them, but you got to develop them.
Mm-hmm.
And that means you got to have good coaches, good trainers, the weight room, all of that stuff.
Yes, the weight, man.
Make men.
When the first time we see these guys, I want to come back and say, Wyatt Milam looks like a beast.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's got big, he's blah, 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 blah. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah, I mean, your top 100 picks has got to be impactful in some capacity. You have to.
All right, take us in the locker room real quick, because you went from, I want to say, below 300 when you were drafted. And honestly, the way it can work at a training table with nutrition and working out, all that stuff could be huge.
Now, the Lemon Pepper Locker Room with Leon Searcy. Served up by Wingstop.
All right. Wingstop. Open till 1. Delivers till 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
So
They're
we get
probably
a little lunchy.
What else comes with that at 1 o'clock?
1 o'clock. Well, first of all, you get those crispy fries and chicken wings.
Yeah. What else?
Of course.
And add the ranch.
A ranch.
I bet they will
When Barry
not.
White was alive, you think he had a ranch?
Barry? Yeah.
He's a blue cheese
He's a blue
guy,
cheese guy.
like myself.
Yeah,
I bet there might be one game
Swag.
that has not gone to triple zeros
Mhm.
by the time 1 o'clock rolls around tonight.
So here's
Honestly.
That's a good point.
Yes, that's a great
There will be a
point,
Sweet
actually.
16 / probably West Coast baseball.
Yeah,
on.
you can order it up.
Oh, I know the Lakers don't tip off till 10:30.
Yeah.
So that
Nice.
game will definitely be on.
A total aside, just because I'm stealing this one moment since he said L.A., Will Ferrell drove out the vehicle with the celebration of the World Series return.
Oh, last
Oh,
night.
champions
nice.
last night. with
Nice.
Watch y'all. You
yeah,
look good.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Beautiful convertible with Will at the wheel.
So here's the deal. When I was at University of Miami didn't want 300-pound linemen.
Okay.
I was the closest to ever get to it.
Okay.
Right? So I came out the league. I was 292.
Mm-hmm.
And I was always teetering on 300. Miami ran the weight off of me. All right.
So that was like Jimmy's philosophy.
Yeah, he didn't want heavy dudes. All right. So
No fat boys.
No, I was 292 when I went into the league with the Steelers. When I played for the Steelers, I was 305.
Okay.
But it was good weight.
But you immediately added 13 pounds.
Yeah. I put on weight, solid weight, squats,
They wanted
sled.
you to.
They wanted me to.
Okay.
Because they thought that my 290 was, which is crazy. The 290 was too heavy for Miami.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 290 was too light for the Steelers, which is crazy. But anyway, I put on 13 pounds. I played at 305.
Mm-hmm.
Just weight room, eating properly, all that kind of stuff. Alcohol might have varied as well.
Happens.
It happens. But no,
You're young.
but I was young. I could burn it off. Ain't no problem. But yeah, when I was with the Steelers, I was 305.
But see, that's the name of the game. Throughout a building, they
Mhm.
find guys that they know are willing to put the work in, find guys that have a larger ceiling, however you want to describe that. And then they get them in their system to where they add weight, add muscle, and keep their speed and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
because we were just like the Jaguars are. We were a gap scheme run game.
Mhm.
All right, so it was going to be a lot of pulls and traps and down blocks and pulling out on the edge and all that kind of stuff. So they wanted me lean and able to run, but they wanted me physical enough to where I could hit people and run them over.
I love it. I love it. All right, there you go. Leon's Locker Room. All right, so let's give away some tickets before we get ready to wrap up our show. I got a little perfecto coming up here in a moment as well. But JJ, hook 'em up.
Yes. Listen, folks, the World Cup is coming up. All right. USA plays this weekend. It's upon us. In the meantime, you can enjoy our local club. I have a family 4-pack to Sporting Jacks women versus Spokane Zephyrs at Hodges Stadium. That is tomorrow, Saturday the 28th. So be car number 4 right now at 641-1010, and I'll hook you up.
XL Primetime is driven by Duval Ford. Streaming live from the XL Digital Studios. Polished by Harbor Dental Care, the locally owned smile restoration experts.
Hey, Jacksonville DDH. Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here with the scoop from Dreamfinders Homes, your national builder of the year. We've got first-year interest rates as low as 2.99% and homes in 20-plus communities throughout Northeast Florida. If you're house hunting, make sure your first pick Dreamfinders Homes, the proud official home builder of the PGA Tour, the Florida Gators, and your Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit dfhsalesevent.com today and tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you.
Veterans have given everything in service of our country. I'm Chris Campione, and if you've been injured in an accident through no fault of your own or dealing with the consequences of having your VA benefits denied, you deserve someone who will fight hard for you. At Campione Law, we're proud to stand up for those who have served and protect the rights that you've earned. You don't pay anything unless we win your case. Learn more at CampioneLaw.com. Offices, Jacksonville, and St. Augustine.
Count on Campione Law.
Come visit the best sports restaurant in town. That's Big Dogs in Orange Park, known for great burgers, huge wings, pizza, salads, and special nightly events like trivia and karaoke. You'll all love it at Big Dogs Restaurant in Orange Park.
We're certainly facing interesting economic times. For me, it's comforting to know my money's in good hands with ITP Partners. Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. Experience? Yeah, that's Chris Bryan, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, Scott Regner, Janice Cobb, and Reed Wingate. They have the expertise and knowledge to take care of your money. For more info, go to itppartners.com. ITP Partners, they're my financial partners for life.
Non-compensated client testimonial may not be representative of all client experiences. No guarantee of future performance or success.
Hey, it's Travis from Cannons of Jacks. Thank you for trusting us for 55 years of custom welding fabrication and vehicle towing accessories. When you need a trailer hitch for the family car, a gooseneck for the company truck, or even RV towing options, call us at Cannons. We can do a bumper hitch, fifth wheel hitch, anything for safe, reliable towing. Come to Cannons of Jacks, where service is our #1 priority and we treat our customers as we like to be treated. Check us out online, cannonsofjacks.com.
I'm with Craig from Cycles in Jacksonville, and Triumph is a known name when it comes to beautiful rides on the road. What is the latest from Triumph?
Well, if you didn't come, we had an unleashing at the dealership last week. We saw 6 new models from Triumph, anything from 400 cc's to 1200 cc's. If you're looking at a bike, you got to look at the new Triumphs.
Experienced riders will love it.
And the inexperienced will love it. We've got something for everybody in the Triumph lineup. Great, great motorcycles.
Showroom waiting for you. Triumph. Find them at Cycles in Jacksonville on Atlantic near Regency.
Here's a little secret to why I've been married for over 25 years. Kuhn Flowers. High Flying Jacko here. Yeah, that's correct. When I need to send some love to my bride, I don't wait for an anniversary or her birthday. I just simply go to kuhnflowers.com. Got a dent or a scratch that needs fixing? San Jose Collision in Mandarin offers expert auto body repair and works with all insurance. Family owned and locally trusted. San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
Hi, I'm Mac with Baker Glass. If you've got fogged up windows, let me help. We'll replace them with clear, insulated units that brighten up your home. People say we're fast, friendly, and reliable. Just check out our Google reviews. Call me today. Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Gold and silver prices are near all-time highs. If you have old jewelry just laying around, Estates Roadshow wants to buy it. Gold and silver, old rings, chains, even broken jewelry. Don't wait. Cash in while gold and silver are hot. The Estates Roadshow is in the First Coast area Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. in St. Augustine at World Golf Renaissance. Get cash in your hands for your unused jewelry. More info? Visit estatesroadshow.com or follow Estates Roadshow on Facebook to see all upcoming local events and locations.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
So just a quick question. Hardest thing to resist in the break room when you walk by? Donuts? Subs? Cookies?
Galoshes?
Fries? Galoshes for sure. Like,
why do you say this?
It's all a tie, okay? It is all a tie.
I would say pizza. When we have pizza in there, I'm never walking by without grabbing a slice. It's impossible for me.
I will say this.
Golly, it's hard.
Those Firehouse fries?
Yeah.
They're good.
Yeah.
Golly,
They're like thicker. They're almost like
crinkle cut.
They hold up.
No, they're almost like a steak fry.
Oh, right. I'm thinking something else. Right, they are. Yeah, they're steak
But
fries.
they're not quite.
They're good.
They're still small. They are good. And I was skeptical because they just started doing them. And usually when a company comes out with something brand new, it sucks. But nah. Shout out to Firehouse Fries.
Yeah. The great line from George Carlin way back when, new and improved. It means it was crap to begin with. All right. So the ukulele, please, if you don't mind.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah. Friday afternoon, you can fire up the ukulele or whatever else you're firing up right now. And let's go from the Atlantic to the Pacific with the delicious Mexican lager. Found in Baja, imported by surfers for those who live life anchors up. Cheers, people. Cheers to the beers. So, since we did talk a little college football earlier, we got spring practices. I don't know how many games we're going to have. But the name of the game is to get better as you head into the next year. Of
course it is.
So, top 5 fewest touchdowns among the Power 4 from last year.
Scored.
Top 5 fewest touchdowns.
Not giving up.
Yeah.
So this
scored.
is a bad
Yeah.
stat.
Yeah. Top 5 fewest touchdowns among the Power
I'm going to guess Florida's
4.
probably in that top
I was going to guess Florida State.
They both might be in it.
Now, I should announce, I found one in my research, but then I went straight to AI. Okay, so just making that confession.
So it could be false.
Making that confession right now.
Top
5.
Top 5. Is Boston College one of them?
Negative.
Wow.
Tech.
Nope.
Mississippi State.
Nope. But Mississippi State had an uptick this year.
Yeah.
They did against Tennessee. I remember
It
that.
was like the
game.
really bad Big Ten team last year.
Rutgers.
Rutgers.
Oh, Northwestern.
No, Northwestern won 6. Rutgers won 6 games too. I mean, like the bad Big
Kentucky's a good guess.
Kentucky is a good guess. Kentucky.
No. Keep going.
It's
I'll just tell you this.
Just Power Conference.
Yeah, just power conferences, and a couple of them have been in the Big Ten forever. Another one, maybe more recent.
Wisconsin.
Maryland.
We got one. We got Wisconsin.
Purdue.
Whiskey with 19 total touchdowns. So that gives you kind of a barometer of where we're at.
God, that's
19
horrific.
total.
By the way, real quick before you ding up Purdue, because I know you're going to. Wisconsin is at the high end of those who spent money on the portal this year. Believe that or not.
Yikes.
They are among the top 10, 15 spenders in all of college football.
They want to get better. All right, let's ding up Purdue because they had 26 total touchdowns. So that is 5th among Power 4 schools last year.
All right, there's got to be something in the Big 12. No, not the Big 12, because the Big 12 is
What about Colorado?
Nope.
No, it's not the Big 12. There's no defense in that league. It's got to be in Syracuse?
Wake Forest.
No, but I did say one just barely came into the old
Syracuse?
the old Big Ten.
Yes.
No.
Maryland?
Nope. They've been there a
One
minute.
just barely came into the old Big Ten?
Within the last couple of years when they
Nebraska.
Nope.
Not Washington. UCLA. Yes. UCLA, right.
UCLA with 24 total touchdowns. So we've got
Right.
Whiskey, UCLA.
Hold on. I thought because
Purdue.
Nico was there that they were going to be great, man.
You're
like you
right.
said yesterday.
You're right. Now I got
It's
two
bad
more.
coaching.
I got two more, and the reason I brought this up is because we were just talking about one of them. Why do you think Billy was so desperate to bring in Bobby and even risk losing Jordan? North Carolina. North Carolina, worst in the ACC, 25 total
How about
touchdowns.
South Kakalaki?
And then, nope. And at the top, should I wait until after we say hello to Taylor Dahl?
Just give it away.
All right. Mike Gundy and the mullet.
Oh.
That's why they had to run him out. Oklahoma State had 18 total touchdowns. How bad?
I'm a
is
man.
that?
I'm 40. Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
Taylor Dahl joins us now as Helmets and Heels gets ready to roll. 18 total touchdowns.
Yeah,
from the
not very
Cowboys.
good.
Oh, my gosh.
Might need to fix that.
Oh, that is so bad. And you'll also say yes to the question that we just said. Food in the break room that you can't resist.
Mhm.
Pizza,
Yes.
fries,
Yes.
cookies, donuts. Yes to all of them.
So for me, I'm not the biggest sweets eater, so I can do without the donuts and the cake and stuff like that. I'm
Right.
fine without that. But if you put anything like pizza, wings, fries, anything savory for me, I'm in there.
And we said the fries from, what do you call it? Firehouse.
They're delicious.
yeah.
And they stay crunchy. Like
Right,
they
they
stay,
hold.
like
Yeah.
they feel fresh, even if they're like sitting there for a little bit.
They hold up. They hold up. All right. So what do you guys got cooking today?
Yeah, so we'll get into some Jags topics, just kind of continuing on some of our offseason talk and how we're looking at the roster right now, comparably to what we feel like needs to be fixed. We'll get into that. We've been diving into that this week. Robert Flores from MLB Network is going to join us to talk a little bit of baseball too. Now we got 3 opening days, I guess, in MLB.
Yeah, Braves start tonight.
Yeah.
We took 4 weeks into the season, but we're finally playing.
Yeah, you finally have a game. So we'll talk some baseball though, and a lot of Jags and a lot of baseball.
MLB now property of ESPN. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The mothership of all of them now. All right, Taylor, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
We will be listening to Taylor Dahl, Lauren Brooks, Tommy McManus. They are all getting ready to go with a little Helmets and Heels. Big Search, you got a little Stogie Fest action?
Yeah, Stogie Fest. Jaguars Legends Party at Aromas tonight at 8. That's some big time Jags coming through.
Yeah, you will love it. Your cigars are going to be featured, so that's good.
Yeah.
We love it. All right, we are done. We say thanks to Florida Home AC. Make sure you check them out any day of the week. Order that tune-up, especially as we're going to get into some hot weather later. FloridaHomeAC.com. Make sure you check them out. Big Sirs, Maddie, Josie, and JJ, have a great weekend. Enjoy Sweet 16 ball tonight.
XL Primetime. Driven by Big Number 1 Duval Ford. Elite service for elite companies.
Leon Cersei here, your lemon pepper guy. You know,